I am in the middle of a big garden refresh. Basically, I haven't touched my garden in a whole year because life, but that's okay because anytime you step away from the garden, it always welcomes you back when you are ready to return. So everything that I have behind me and just around have been planted in the last month, and so I have a few garden tasks to complete to kind of just continue getting the ball rolling. So to start, I have a bunch of these seedlings that have been growing indoors for probably a few weeks now that are ready to be planted outside. I've been hardening them for a few days and they're finally ready. Some broccoli, bok choy, these are the baby variety. Some cauliflower, more baby bok choy. These are looking like toddlers honestly at this point. I got some leftover tomatoes that I honestly don't have space for and I don't need, but couldn't kill them, so here they are. Merlot lettuce, a bunch of different brassicas here. We have, I don't even know what we have, let's see. We have some juju masai, napa cabbage here, and then we have a little bit of lettuce. I'm growing this new variety, devil's ear tea, so I'm excited to see what they look like. Another baby bok choy, but what I'm most excited about here are these white eggplants. Yes, you heard that correctly. I am trying to grow eggplants in September in the fog with less than 4 hours of direct sunlight. Will they grow? Who knows, but I am going to try. They are so healthy, and I figured that if they don't grow, they'll just overwinter, and maybe in the spring I'll get something. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so I got these 5-gallon grow bags from Amazon. I will link them down below, but I plan on putting like cauliflower, broccoli, really everything that I have here except the lettuce into them, just to give them enough room to grow. I find that if I put multiple heading brassicas in a 10-gallon grow bag, they don't really have the space to really get big, so I wanted to make sure that they have their own little homes, hence why I bought the soil. Honestly, the truth is I planted way too many seedlings. You know how it goes as a gardener. You think that you're just going to, pick the strongest one, but you never do. So here I am with more gardening supplies than I thought I would need this season, but as it goes. If you're wondering what is around my waist, well, yes, it is a fanny pack. Let me show you because it's actually been a great hack for the garden. So I got this fanny pack at a recent Giants game free, and I've just been carrying it around the garden when I feel like I need extra hands, and I just put so many things in here. So firstly, my phone, in case I want to do short form content. I have a lens wipe here just to make sure that you're all good to go, and then I will stuff random things in here depending on what my gardening tasks are. Sometimes I'll put gardening clips in here when I want to clip things in the garden, some thread. I have today some gardening labels as well as a gardening pen because I know I'm going to forget which ones are cauliflowers or broccolis or whatever, and obviously I can wait to see which is which, but just for my sanity, I just want to label them because sometimes I don't do that and I get really confused. So that is a little what's in my fanny pack. I've got to put it back on now though. Before I use my new soil, I actually have some old gardening beds here. I say beds, but really they're just grow bags. They're my beds. And I have a lot of old soil that I'm going to use because it's not like there's anything wrong with them. Putting old soil at the bottom of grow bags is a really good hack if you want to save money, but you obviously still want a thriving garden. putting the old soil at the bottom allows the new seedlings to get exposed to the more organic and better quality soil on top. Like I said, I'm going to fill it with new soil with compost as well as amendments. So by the time the seedlings' roots reach the bad soil, that bad soil would have been amended over time. You know, will be more rich in organic matter itself. And so that's kind of my little way of saving money by not always buying soil every time I have to plant. Bless you. I feel like there is always someone sneezing in these vlogs. Bless you. I'm going to do my old trick because it's kind of hard to transfer the soil in this plastic bag into the grow bag. So let's see if I still got it. So basically, I take an empty grow bag. Let me put you down. Okay. I put the grow bag like a hat, like a chapeau. Then flip it over. I just and that's on working smart, not hard. Because these will have cabbages, which don't really require too much soil space for the roots, I'm just going to gently fold the grow bags, as you can see here, because I don't need it to be full. And that is one grow bag, 6 more to go. Alright, I think I need one of those garden kneelers or something like that because my back is killing me. I'm just crouched over these grow bags like a little gremlin, and yeah, I need to take a break. So while I'm taking a little break from adding soil into the garden bags, I just wanted to show you what I've got going on in my garden. Like I have mentioned, everything here has been planted either direct sown or indoors within the last month or so. So I'm actually quite proud of the progress just because it's only been a few weeks. Starting with my pride and joy, my squash. Look how massive they have gotten, and they are starting. I don't know if you could see that. I'm trying to zoom in. They are starting to flower, as you can see. I am so excited for them because last year I tried to grow a squash for the first time and all of the rats ate all of them. They literally took their little itty bitty teeth and they bit into them. The worst part of it all is that they had the audacity to only take a few bites out of the squash. They didn't even finish them. If you're going to steal from my garden, at least finish the whole thing. Do me the respect of that. But they couldn't even do that. So this year I'm excited. They are a little bit later than normal, I guess, because usually you plant summer squash in the summer, but I'm hopeful. These are the early variety of the crookneck, so they shouldn't take too long, about 55 days. Like I said, I only have 4 hours of direct sunlight because I'm sandwiched in between 2 buildings, but I have hope and they're getting big, so that is my pride and joy of the season. Honestly, don't let these potatoes hear about that though, because they are also growing massively. The cool thing about all these potatoes is that they are all volunteer plants, meaning I did not intentionally plant any of them. I was kind of cleaning up my garden and I found plants just growing in random bags, so I stuffed them into 5-gallon containers primarily. I think I have one in a 10-gallon, and they have been growing ever since. Very exciting. Again, probably only a month old or so. Look at them, they are massive. You can't even see the pot under here really. Okay, I think it's time to continue planting on. Does anyone else almost get into a meditative state when they're gardening? I was just shoveling soil for a good 5 minutes and no thoughts, just vibes. And it's quite nice. It almost feels like a time to relax. I feel like as much as I complain about having to crouch down like a little gremlin here, it's nice to just, you know, do one task repetitively. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I have a million thoughts running through my head a day. So being able to just focus on one task, think about nothing else is really calming and much needed. You know, when they say touch grass, that's like me and soil. I feel like every time I touch soil, it's very rejuvenating, re-energizing. I feel like especially being a city gardener, I'm surrounded by so much cement and concrete, cars. So being able to just take some time and touch soil has been a game changer just for my overall mental health and just how I am throughout the day. So it's nice to just shovel dirt. I'm almost done. Let's start with the fun ones, the eggplants. By the way, these with the eggplants I've filled up pretty much to the top just because these require a little bit more room compared to the brassicas in terms of just root development and just, you know, having enough room to really grow into a plant that can flower and hopefully develop fruit. Just using the plant marker to loosen the soil around the pot to make sure that I don't damage too many of the roots. Look at that, look at how almost root bound that is. So just slowly, ta-da, and then put them in the hole. I'm gonna remove these lower leaves here. I noticed that I had a few patches in some of these beds, so I'm going to add the Merlot lettuce and just kind of sprinkle them in. They don't take up a lot of room, so I will just add them where I see fit. I have some Chiji Masai, some Napa cabbage, as well as some devil's ear lettuce. I'm most excited honestly for the Napa cabbages because I've never grown them before and this will be my first time, but I just wanted to show you how healthy they look. I've been using the Epic Gardening 6 cell trays, experimenting with them for the first time, and look, let me show you. They have this huge hole down here, so I can just pop them out and like look at how healthy these seedlings look. I'm still trying not to break them though because I feel like I just am a tree monster and have always struggled with breaking seedlings. But as you can see, look, they look so healthy. If you have watched my previous videos, specifically the winter seeds guide, I talk about Chiji Masai all the time. Chiji Masai is one of those plants that unless they get eaten by rats, excuse me, will produce for you. And even this one, it only has a few leaves because I smushed them. It will produce really well. It seems to really like the fog and the shade, or at least tolerate it, which is honestly same, but we just get into a little hole and they grow so large, really rapidly, really. So I have its own container here. Next up I have some broccoli. Okay, so this one I believe, ooh, this one died. As you can see, it snapped, which is honestly like, this is why I overgrow sometimes, because I'm always nervous that this will happen, and I feel like, I don't know if maybe I've been unlucky. I've snapped so many seedlings that are literally about to go into the hole, so this is why I just plant extras, because I get so nervous here. So goodbye, my little sad snapped baby. I'll try not to break these though. Last time I grew early purple sprouting broccoli, and honestly that one, like, I wouldn't grow it again simply because it took way too long. I had to overwinter it, which is not ideal for someone who has such a small gardening space. I should have checked though. It said that I had to overwinter it, but obviously I didn't know until I planted it. I was a new gardener back then. I guess I'm always learning though, but yeah, I was a new gardener back then and I had no idea I had to overwinter the broccoli in order to get broccoli, so hopefully this one will be a lot easier. Alright everyone, I'm back inside. I put in the rest of the cauliflower, lettuce, and baby bok choy. My battery was running out and there's a mower outside, so I'm just gonna give you a recap because there wasn't much to film anyway, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you stick around for the next one. Let me know in the comments down below what you're planting for fall and what you're most excited about. For me, I am really excited to just be back in the garden. I think for so long I didn't even step into my garden just because I felt like I had been gone for so long, and there was some like guilt that it wasn't a very gardener thing to do to like just abandon my grow bags even though nothing was growing in them anyway at the time. But you know, I think now upon some reflection, it was really important for me to take a step back and prioritize on other things in my life, because at that point I was really starting to feel like gardening was a chore and something that I had to do instead of something that I get to do. And I never want to lose that gratitude for gardening, especially being a city gardener. Even if my garden is just on top of concrete, even though it's just in grow bags and containers, it is something that I get to do, and being able to grow my own food is something that I feel is so special and so cool. So it was really nice to just take a step back, because now that I'm back in the garden, I feel ready, I feel excited, and I can't wait to see what I grow, what I get to eat this season. Anyway, that's all for now. Until next time, bye!